Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for being here today, December 6th of 2023. The 6th of December carries the energy of the Ace of Diamonds, the Three of Clubs, and the Queen of Spades. A very powerful trio of energy, the beginning and the initiation of values, coupled with three being creativity or worry, anxiety, if that creativity is not expressed. And so, as a club, the three is doing two things at once in regards to thought, knowledge, and communication. Three. One, two, three. Two other things along with me doing two things at once. So it's okay to entertain all possibilities today, especially with that Queen of Spades energy there. It brings in a self-mastery concept, because the Queen, as the holistic manager, she's really going inwards first. When she does that, everything else just takes care of herself. So there's a little bit about today. Yes, I am here to talk with you folks about our beautiful, beautiful Healy and the blue Analyse app. I want to set up some screen share so you guys can see what I'm looking at and also hear what I am hearing. Okay. So yes, here we are, our beautiful 6th of December. Yes, as a little overview of where we all are. First, we'll do an introduction of who I am and what Healy is. Then we'll get into the community foundations. What are the pillars? Pillars for myself, pillars for my collective and my frequency family. We'll get into the Analyse app and what the Quantum Informational Field is. I would love to do an aura scan, a coaching scan, and a resonance scan today. Got some fun ideas of what we can do. We'll also talk about the bridge to the future and pathways and any questions that you may have. A little bit about me, Andromeda of Earth, or maybe you know me as Andrea Abrahamson. Either one works. Different contexts, different spaces, right? Different vibrations, frequencies, depending on what we're up to. I'm an artist and a business owner. And interestingly, I found that one went hand in hand with the other. When I really considered myself an artist, I also realized I was opening up a business as well. It was just a natural progression. And I love that because I now look and I feel and I truly know in my heart that every person can have their own business and would be served by having their own business. One of the ways that I business is that I'm an independent Healy World member. And that just means that my Healy business is mine. and that nobody's telling me what to do. Nobody told me that I had to do this exhibition, but I decided that I wanted to show up. This would be 6 months that we've been doing this. It's been a blast because I learned something every time. It feels good to show up, and I show up whether anybody comes or not, because I'm not getting paid for this. This is a way that I contribute to the collective and contribute to anybody with eyes to see and ears to hear. I have been facilitating transformation since 2006. I began that as an occupational therapist, right? Did that for 8 years. In 2013, I began taking a step back and away from occupational therapy. OT no longer aligned with who I was. And so that's when I went back to, well, who am I? And came to the knowing. Hi, Kate. Came to the knowing that I was an artist, and I actually got back into the cards of destiny after a little time of only doing it recreationally. Offering card readings on Etsy was a beginning. And I realized looking back was just a breadcrumb for my future self, breadcrumb for my present self, but now my past self, from my now self backwards, because time is wibbly wobbly like that, because it's always now. And so our now moment is the gateway, and time being the gateway into the 5th and 6th dimension. So we've been talking a little bit about time. But one of the ways that I am really focused on, besides working with frequency and Healy, is working with Rockets and Robots, which is a tabletop role-playing game, which is science fiction based. And the oral tradition of storytelling is a way that we are excited to co-create with the universe and co-create with all of humanity and all who play with us. We all get to create a world that we are excited to hand up to our children. And so that's a little bit about Rockets and Robots, which is the reason why I joined Healy, because I wanted to learn how to business. Being an occupational therapist, did not lend much knowledge to how to run a successful business as an entrepreneur. And so what we use what is available and what's around us. And if we are ready for the knowledge, the information will come to us, right? What is it? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And Healy came to me as a teacher that I've been working with since November of last year. So it's been a full-on year. I've been working with Healy, really creating some solid foundation workings for a business that is massively successful and sustainable long-term. So that is a little bit about me. And because we're because we are a business of a lineaged model, we are all interconnected. And so it's important for you to know who you are connecting with and what we're doing. These are, the reasons why I show up for Healy is to support small business owners to create massively successful ventures. And I'm using Healy as a vehicle to do this, because rockets and robots will be massively successful as well. And so this is just what we do. It's part of the culture of creating massively successful, whatever it is, whether it's a game, whether it's a jewelry line, whether it's candles, whether it's energy work or art or anything. The things that I really stand upon deeply are these pillars that you see here. Free will. We are all here in this free will universe. We all have the right to move as is best, which gets us into the second one of movement, being that everything is constantly changing. When we are in movement as well, we are constantly in the right place because everything is moving all the time. So we're just going along with the flow. Along with that, going along with the flow allows us to see every single moment that's around us as holy and sacred and something that we can learn from and dive deeper with. Whether the moment is a high one or a low one, every moment has an omen inside of it to explore. And lastly, life as our magnum opus. This is our greatest art here. All of us being artists, I firmly believe we are all artists here walking on this earth. We are co-creating every day. We are all creative, and the best art we could ever make is just our living witness. Our breath can be the best art we ever make. A good, solid feeling breath. That could be solid gold right there. And so Healy, as a community, the one that I found myself into, the frequency family, I find that their pillars of frequency, wealth creation, and community go along very nicely with what I've been doing. I did not fix that image on my, I gotta fix that there. That slide did not go quite right. But I did want to introduce a little bit about the frequency family, folks. So if you stumble upon this video, on YouTube or wherever it may be, I wanted to give you a bit of an anchor to the matriarchal lineaged model culture that I'm in with the frequency family. Give you some information. It is primarily led by Sarah Bliss and Sarah Blacka, and their Instagrams are on the screen at Bliss Mother and at Sarah Blacka, which is spelled Blakah. And Sarah also has an H as well, just so you know. Check out their Instagrams, because just looking around there, that would give you a bit of a peek into whether this community is for you. But then I invite you to check out the frequencyfamily.com/community. And there you will see a website. I took a screenshot of it on the right of the presentation here as a little snippet of like, what is this community about? I just think it's fantastic to read and see. And as a living witness here, I can attest in this last year of working with the frequency family, all the things that they say here is true. When you join the frequency family, you become a part of our thriving community and support network. We believe that when individuals come together with a shared vision, passion, and support, incredible things can be achieved on an individual, communal, and global level. So if you're at all interested in any of like that, you're in the right space. I'm going to keep reading just because it's so beautiful and profound. The frequency family is committed to helping support every person that joins us on this path so that they may embark on their own personal growth journey into finding their inner voice and power and their unique gifts that they are meant to share with this world. If there's one thing that Healy and this community has done for me, it is exactly that. And I am so grateful that that is where I started. And then I've had this year of inner work to know my inner voice and my power and to really explore in a safe space. And also in a space that if I ever need support, all I need to do is reach out to the right people. You know, there are always people that are there showing up and saying, how can I help you? Last thing here, it says, we are here to support you and give you the tools and resources you need to grow and thrive in this business and provide you with a space to co-create so that we may all rise together. Resources. If there's one thing this community has, is an abundance of resources. And it's because pardon me, we not only resource and so give to each other our own individual talents. You know, we all share collective, we a lot of us share a collective vision, and so our power gets magnified as well. Yeah, amazing. Okay, so if you want to learn anything more about frequency besides like what I'm saying today, go to thefrequencyfamily.com/frequency and definitely go to thefrequencyfamily.com/connect to get plugged into our email list so that you get reminders of events that are coming up that are open to the public if you're interested to check it out and see what we've got going on. Oftentimes just sharing our stories and listening to each other talk, we receive so many golden snippets and moments that we can learn and receive wisdom from each other, you know, and so that can start without you even purchasing a device. You can, you know, kind of just test the waters and see what it's like, but get into the /connect page, type your email in. We'd love to see you around. So about Healy, I love this device. This one's with my Healy. This is Sweet Rose, is her name. We'll be using her today to do any scans for people if they would like. The vision of Healy is listed here. The mission is listed here. I love how in their mission, they want to empower us to thrive and live a life of freedom, passion, and joy. That freedom that's right there, we heard that spoken earlier, not only in the frequency family pillars, but mine as well. And there's just so many things that over and over and over, you'll get reminded of where your connection is, you know, and because this is a mycelial network to where we are all interconnected, and you are here because Healy is ready to play with you and ready for you to play with them. I love these little pie charts here on the bottom left, or on the bottom right, there's two pie charts. The left pie chart, it says 70% of Healy users surveyed feel the benefits after only 6 times using the product. And then the chart on the right says 94% of Healy users would recommend Healy to others. That is a pretty amazing statistic. This device was parented by Time Waver, which was a company established in 2005. And I say that because, you know, a company that's been around since 2019 is not a very old company. But fortunately, Marcus Schmika and the Time Waver business has been around longer than that. They've just taken the the epicness of the time waver device, a device that you need to invest not only profound amounts of money, but also time and knowledge to be able to operate. And they've created the Healy device so that it is very user-friendly. It's much more affordable than the $20,000 to $60,000 time waver machine. And anybody can learn to use this, because it also is amazing that it uses our smartphones as a screen instead of a screen directly on the device. Healy is a unicorn, and this picture here is from a company video that I was watching. And I think it's pretty amazing that they have the unicorn here graphic behind the listing of all the reasons why Healy is amazing. So they're basically saying it without saying it. But my Healy mama, Annie Dalter, says it flat out. Healy is a unicorn. And she will say that every single person needs a Healy, or every single person could benefit from a Healy. Nobody else is doing what Healy is doing. And I can definitely say I've seen videos with Marcus Schmika and Christian Halper. It says on the bottom, founded by two conscious visionaries. You can definitely feel their level of visionary when you interact with them, and even just through a video. So I would love to share a beautiful video with those two if you have any interest. Healy works on all the levels: physical, mental, emotional. It works up with our meridians and our chakras, enhances our fitness and our beauty and our learning, our wealth, all the things. And so really what anybody who is working with Healy wants to do is to learn about you so that we can figure out how Healy could benefit you and exponentially amplify your personal power. Healy is a personal wearable device that analyzes over 9 million frequencies so that we harmonize our bioenergetic field. It provides microcurrent. It also provides magnetic fields through vector technology, so Tesla coil technology, and also has you call it a quantum sensor that will give us scalar magnetic waves so that the frequencies go into the 5th and 6th dimension, which is where the quantum informational field is. And so it works on many ways. It works on all the ways.
Here we introduce the Healy. This is an incredible little device, which you probably see us all wearing. Fits in the palm of your hand. And what it is doing is that it is scanning and analyzing the physical, the emotional, and the mental. It is communicating directly with that space, directly with your DNA, directly speaking directly in the language of frequency, picking up exactly where your field is out of resonance. And then it is delivering exactly the energy, the frequency, the vibration that is required by you in any given moment. Literally, it's doing it every 10 seconds when you're running a program. And it is giving you that energy back into your bioenergetic field so that your body, so that your beautiful, amazing, intelligent cells can bring themselves back into balance. And the beautiful, which is amazing. Just take a moment to pause how incredible that is. I know that blew my mind the first time. Although I knew it was possible, I had been dreaming of this since like 2014, a device like this. And so when I saw that this did this, it really resonated with me, and it really made sense, because I was like, of course we can do that. And, you know, essentially I see us as our own Healys, and I don't see Healy as replacing our innate intelligence. It's an enhancer and an amplifier and an optimizer of our own intelligence, and a way for us to bring ourselves back into connection with ourselves. Just so you know what Healy looks like, this is what Healy looks like, and this is what it looks like on your screen. Within every single Healy, there is 144 gold frequencies. Healy has patented over 10 million frequencies. There is literally a frequency for everything. And this morning I was running a thyroid frequency. Last night I was running the Fountain of Youth frequency. The thing that makes Healy really different and unique to any other device or frequency on the market, not that there are many, is that it has this incredible piece of technology called the quantum sensor. This is literally what is like having, could you imagine having a friend in your, like, that was with you all the time, that always saw you in your absolute highest expression? Like, this is your blueprint, this is who you came here to be, this is your purpose, this is your highest health blueprint, this is your highest emotional blueprint, this is your highest mental blueprint. That is the capacity that Healy has. Through the information field, it is gathering that information, and it will show you, and it will choose programs and give you information based around where the energy is stuck in your information field, in your own information field, and it will enable you to move that energy through. There really is a frequency for everything, like hair, skin, learning, concentration, focus. For me, in the beginning, a lot of it was around stress and anxiety and sleep and adrenals. And that was like pretty consistent for a month or two. And now it's kind of moved into like a whole spectrum of play, really, with my body and my capacity. So Healy works on all aspects of the human body. It speaks with the language of frequency, which is a language that communicates through all barriers, through the barrier of, you know, like, how does our physical actually communicate with our mental? The mental is a different language to the emotional. And so, you know, when you feel like you have split energy, like, oh, I really, like, my heart and my head, they're not together. That is when you're not in coherence. And the purpose of Healy is to create coherence, so that all of these parts of who you are that make you up, that speak different languages, different energy, different frequency, are communicating. And it is frequency that is the language that does that. And when you have coherence, that is when you're in high performance. That is when you're making powerful decisions. That is when you're deeply connected to your heart, to your purpose. That is when you can, like, see your emotions arising, and instead of reacting, you can, like, pull them back and be like, well, okay, yeah, cool, I can see that. It's like coherence is that space where you can actually have the space to
that was Adahia, who is one of our leaders down in Australia. This is one of the prime definitions of leverage. You know, I didn't have to explain what Healy was. Adahia already did it. And I just used technology to be able to leverage my time and my effort for the benefit of everybody. This on the top left is Nikola Tesla. He said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Adahia just said that quote. So in case you don't know who Nikola Tesla is, that's him on the left. And on the right, that is Marcus Schmiga. He is the co-founder and co-inventor of Healy. He says here, all matter consists of energy vibrating at different frequencies. Therefore, Healy technology is based on my belief that electromagnetic fields vibrating at quantum analyzed frequencies can provide the body with the information and energy it needs to harmonize its own energetic self-organization and self-repair. These specific frequencies can take the bioenergetic field of the body to a state of higher order, manifesting itself in a holistic health, well-being, and vitality. One of the reasons I love this device and this company so much is that it's not based on beliefs that we are inherently flawed or wrong or our diseases or symptoms and the things that arise. This doesn't mean that we can't self-repair. It actually means that we are self-repairing, and this company sees us as whole and perfect, just like at our original state, at our original design. We are perfect, and this device also sees us that way. And that is the kind of health care that I am working with. I quit with occupational therapy because this modern health system that we have does not get money for curing people. And not that Healy cures people. We don't cure people. People cure people. People cure themselves. And Healy helps us to be supported in our self-repair. This little graphic here is beautiful. It's very it's one of those things that you can like take a screenshot and like look at it and like see if you can like like look at it and like what do I want to say? Conceptualize. If you can conceptualize and understand this beautiful graphic here, like you can get lost in a meditation just with this little graphic they gave us. So have fun. If you do, like, let me know. I would love to nerd out with you about this little graphic. So wanted to get into how life is so layered. Our body is composed of several layers. Our tissues and organs are made up of cells, and our cells are made up of molecules, and our molecules are made up of atoms. And what makes an atom? Subatomic particles. And how do you make subatomic particles? You have energy, frequency, and vibration. What creates energy, frequency, and vibration? The quantum information field. And that is the space that contains everything. That is the fifth and sixth dimension. We have time as our fourth dimension. And then our 1, 2, 3 dimension is our space, our physicality, our X, Y, and Z axis. So those are a little bit about how you can conceptualize and access the quantum information field from the part that you can see, which is our tissues and our body. Okay. So the quantum informational field from Burkhard Heim, he says, put simply, the information field is the link between mind and matter. Everything we do, we think, feel, all of our mental matters and topics are stored in this information field. And so with Healy, we work with the Analyse apps to tap into the quantum information field. And whether you use the Analyse 1 or the Analyse 2, I really see value in both of them. Both have valuable parts and parts that it's a good idea to download both so that you can play and look around and see which one is best for you. So in this Analyse 2 app, we have 3 different kinds of scans. We have an aura scan, which gets into our energy centers and our chakras. Okay, it looks and see where the blockages are to create our focus that we've established. the auras that it analyzes is not the bioluminescent aura. It's different than the aura that you pick up on oh, the name came to me and then it just escaped. It starts with a C. It's the aura photography. It starts with a C, and I am blanking, and all I'm coming up with is circadian, and that is not it. And it's not curling. Look in the comments, and I will definitely type it in there because it will come to me as soon as I'm done recording this. I'll write it down. The aura photography that is out there in metaphysical shops and stuff, that is taking a snapshot of our bioluminescent aura, but this aura is our sound aura, so the vibration of the sound, but not the light. And so it's actually how active or inactive our chakras are and how well they communicate with the quantum informational field. Not that higher is always better. I honestly believe that if you have too much light on the subject, it could burn like an ant under a magnifying glass. And so when we shut down and have less light in a specific area, that can be for a reason and a purpose too. It's okay for dark times, just as it's okay for light times. Night is just as essential as day. So our coaching module is more for evolutionary purposes. It helps us to co-create reality from a specific focus point. So we are typing into the Coach app. I'm so grateful that now I have had a successful launch to my business. And it can be as simple or as complex as you would like. The Analyse One app allows for as many characters as you would like for the coaching app. But the Analyse 2 app allows for 220 characters. Now, we could look at that as limiting, or we could see that as freeing, so that we need to be specific yet also surrender. Sometimes the details, they don't all need to be there. And if you're someone who works with a lot of details, maybe you do want to have the Analyse One app for your personal manifestation work. But there is something really great about allowing the technology to do the thinking for us, and also trusting the universe to know what is best for us. In this, I have a coach picture here. There are different categories of frequencies that the Healy can suggest for us. And one of the things that is great about the 2 app is that it will determine which categories are most appropriate or most resonant for you to create the harmonization of your energy field to be in alignment with where you're going. Versus in the Analyse One app, we have to select which grouping is most ideal. But we just never know, honestly. And so I've seen people select all of them, but then it's a very broad sort of reading, and you have to it's great. You can use your intuition and really discern for yourself. But here you don't have to guess. For example, I did a coach program to bring me in alignment with selling 4 or more professional devices a month and leading a thriving and sustainable sales team. And the category that it chose for me as most resonant was family. And now that is not something that I would have chosen myself. And do I want to have every single category selected? Not necessarily, because when it comes to this work, sometimes less is more. The last grouping that we have in the Analyse app is the resonance module. And what that does is it scans our bioenergetic field and then selects which module or which program is most resonant for our harmonization to bring us back into like our most ideal, pure, original cosmic design state. And so there are Healy programs, there are Mag Healy programs, there's a third sort of more alternative database, but it's not really alternative. It's some of my favorite programs are in that third resonance database. You can get Bach flowers, you can receive I Ching frequencies, you can work with Schussler cell salts as well as gem elixirs. And so you're essentially providing whoever, has given you consent, right? Whoever frequency, no matter where they are, no matter or whether they are in the room with you or not, you can give frequencies to somebody in another state, in another country, the whole other side of the world, because there is no time and no space in the quantum informational field. It's where everything lives all the time. And it's also the space where we are all connected. And so it doesn't matter if, I'm here and my friend is in Philadelphia, like it doesn't matter. It's all good. I can still send her frequencies. So here's a little bit, some examples of what the Healy website says. In the coach module here in the middle, these are the different categories. There's self-worth, emotional balance, personal relationships, and these are all areas that Healy can help a person to become more supported in these areas, whether it's your career, finances, social relationships, spirituality, your goals. The Coach app is the reason that I personally bought Healy. I use it for my timeline jumping meditations, which I host once a month for anybody who is interested. So let me know if you are interested in that. And then the resonance here, these are all the different resonance programs that we can do. So it looks like everybody needed to hop off, but that's okay because I can still have a lot of fun. I'm going to stop this share, and then I would love to show you guys an example of me doing scans for people. So what I'm doing and what I just did was that I made my phone a host so that I can share my phone screen and you guys can see what I'm doing with Healy. Okay, so here I am on my phone. See, can you see this little my phone background says, let yourself be exiled. And this is on the bottom, know yourself, and know you'll have your own back regardless. And this is a print from P the Fairy, the woman who taught me the timeline jumping meditation that I have taken the basic structure she taught and made it my own, as all of the timeline jumping tour guides has done, including Kimberly Gare, whom I love. She is amazing. She is someone who is partnered with me and Beautiful Kate and Naomi and Z, and we're all partnered together to pool our gifts together. We are all doing the thing of sharing resources, working together, celebrating our wins together and our challenges. And it's been an exceptionally beautiful and healing opportunity to connect with these women. And of course, we are open to men being Sub Rosa as well. Sub Rosa Collective is the name of our more intimate community that is nestled within the frequency family that we have. So yeah, it's a little bit about that. So bring you into the Analyse 2 app. I have my Healy turned on. On the top right, I'm going to connect Healy so that my phone and Sweet Rose, which is the name of my device, can connect. Okay, go back. And so what to do first? I'm feeling like, because I've already talked about it a little bit, let's do a resonance program for rockets and robots. Yeah, let's see which resonance. So I went from the third from the top, right in the middle, and you can see I've already given this week, I've given rockets and robots. On Monday, I gave them Alaskan gem elixirs, and then I gave on Tuesday an I Ching program. I wanted to give our business, like, read it a story. That's how I see the I Ching. I see the 5 frequencies as a story. What seems good right now? I'm going to click on new resonance analysis. And then I'm going to do courage, because that is just super fun and yummy to be able to receive the frequency of, I would said 152 different types of courage. So right now I'm thinking about what rockets and robots needs to receive right now, because my intention and my focus is what Healy is using right now to understand what it is that I want. I want to know, what kind of courage does rockets and robots need to receive? Courage to be professional, 65% relevant. Courage to seek independence. Courage to enjoy. Courage to be impartial. And courage to show your strength. And so next I will vibrate out. I'm going to go 38 seconds for right now. I've heard that these shorter time periods is a more gentle approach. It's, for example, like how an adult would speak to a toddler and correcting a toddler versus speaking to another adult. The language is a lot different, and the tone is a lot different, and it's more gentle and soft. And so the less time provides that easier and more gentle exchange. Go back to rockets and oh, I think I did that completely. Okay. So whether you caught that or not, that's fantastic. But I just caught it that I did that scan on me. And so later on, I'm going to go back in there and, maybe it wouldn't even be quite relevant, but I have a feeling that intuitively that was just a program that I needed to receive, because that's what happened. I didn't go into rockets and robots. So we're going to do that, and you'll actually see the difference. When I was reading those, I was just like, that doesn't quite seem right for rockets and robots. That's not what R&R usually receives. So, and I am not married to being correct. I am totally okay with being like, well, I did not do that right. I realized that. I would much rather have full understanding and full knowledge instead of just being correct. I feel like that's a lot easier. So I'm going to go on the bottom where it says clients, and then I'm going to go to R&R. That's what I did wrong. Silly mama. Okay, now I'm going to go to resonance, which is the third down. It says resonance database analysis. Actually, I'll go in there. Yeah, have not done any resonance for R&R this week. So now I'm going to go into the Courage 152, and we're going to ask the same question. What does rockets and robots need to receive? Courage to take action. Courage to embrace timelessness. That's so beautiful. Courage to be spontaneous, courage to realize your dreams, and courage to express your sexuality. Now that's interesting. For a business, how would a business express sexuality? Well, as a storytelling collective, I could see how that could be. But honestly, I feel like sexuality could be a metaphor as well, a combining, a union, or an enticement, an attraction, a passion. All those things can be appropriately expressed in a business. But yeah, that's super fun. I especially love the courage to embrace timelessness, because one of the reasons that we are doing this is to be able to have an effect on our future, to create a world that we're excited to hand up to our children. And so the stories that we're telling today, fortunately, we can, and with technology, there is the infrastructure in place to be able to tell stories for a long time. And so tapping into that timelessness a little bit. And with technology, I feel like we get to tap into not only timeline jumping, but time traveling. This video, when it gets uploaded onto YouTube, people get to experience these frequencies in the future, but they experience what's going on right now in the future now. Yeah. Okay. How to vibrate this to rockets and robots for the 38 seconds. What shall be next? I would love to show you how we capture the frequencies of an item, of anything, how we create programs, how we enchant items. Looking directly at an item that I would love to enchant and would love to show you guys how I work with. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay. So I'm going to go with the plus. I did the plus sign, which is on the bottom right. And so I'm going to be adding this beautiful necklace as a client, but holding my microphone because for some reason I feel like there's static. Let's see what happens. I just set it down. Okay. So this beautiful necklace made by Cute Tress, lovely, talented artist and creator, wire wrapped this gorgeous necklace. And so I'm going to make it a client in the Healy so that I can enchant it with a custom frequency program, so that when I'm walking around with it, those frequencies are emanating not only from this beautiful necklace, but I've also created a talisman with it as well. So here, what type of client is this? It's not an animal or a plant or an organization or a vehicle or a building. It's not a group. We'll go with other. With the plus, I'm going to use the camera here. Let's see, I know I needed to go out. I'm going to go out to my camera. There we go. I'm just going to take a picture of this necklace, get everything else out of the way. There we go. So there is my client. Okay. Do 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 do. I'm gonna upload that photo. I hadn't given Healy permission to have my camera before, so that's why I didn't want to open my camera. So there is the picture of the necklace. Now, let's see, apophyllite. I think that's how you spell it. I can look it up. Phy. Llit. Apophyllite wire wrap by Cutress. Okay, what kind of creation is this? This is a necklace talisman. I'm going to call it a crystal necklace talisman. Okay, it says, yep, as you can see, place the Healy near or on the subject. I'm going to put it right in the center, kind of like on top of the wire and the crystal. We're going to record the vibration of the crystal because I went out of the app. It wants us to reconnect. Okay, so now it's recorded the vibration of the necklace. Let's see, I don't know these. You could add where you got the crystals. You could add where you know, when the necklace was created, in what city, and that just gives Healy more information to find the necklace. I know and trust that the vibration that was just recorded and my intention was all interconnected and it is going to set us up perfectly. Now, what do I want to do? I'm going to do the coach since I was talking earlier about how I love the coach app so much. So let's do a new focus. So the necklace is the client. So I'm going to write it from the necklace's perspective. I am grateful and ecstatic now that I am a vibrational match to health, wealth, and co-creation with I'm going to say divinity with a capital D. And fully support those around me to do the same. Okay. So now I maintain my focus on this intention during the analysis. Okay, potentials is the category that Healy decided was most beneficial. So now it's going to go in to more. I could select more and I could select specific things if I wanted, but Healy is going to do the analysis for me. Okay, I'll just read a couple of the frequencies that we are going to vibrate to the necklace. I grow into my perfect wholeness by developing and harmonizing my personal quality, care. That is 97% relevant. Oh my goodness, that is extremely relevant. You'll never get 100%, but wow, I can honestly say I've not seen a more relevant statement for the specific focus or intention that we're going to. Wow. The second one here says, I grow into my perfect wholeness by developing and harmonizing my personal qualities, readiness for action. Thirdly, it says, I experience balanced awareness, acceptance, and harmonious integration of the following personality aspect, bitter part. I open myself and receive guidance to do the right thing at the right time. I gratefully and trustingly accept the things that come my way. So, perseverance, assertiveness, getting balanced towards demeaningness. Oof. Okay. So we're going to vibrate those out now. So now when I want to, get a dose of being ready for action, being persevering, when I want to be in active awareness of where I'm being demeaning or bitter and want to facilitate my assertiveness, I can put this necklace on, and the frequencies of the crystal and just the bioenergetic field of the necklace, because somewhere in the information field is all the information that is required to create this necklace. And right with that are these frequencies that we are vibrating out to it right now. So we've created an enchanted item with this necklace, and this is something that can be done with anything as long as you have consent. So we've done a resonance, we've done coach. How about an aura scan? I'll be a little vulnerable and let's do an aura scan of me. Why not? Let's see what's going on with Andromeda right now. I'm gonna go to the plus sign that's right next to the aura, and we'll see, where am I right now? Oh my god, 51% energy. That's pretty low. It's saying, mama, you're a little spent right now. Oh, okay, my root and my sacral chakra and my throat. Okay, those need some help. I'm gonna also do my third eye, but I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm just gonna do one. here. Now we can go in here and say my aura is strong and stable. I can go in here and make this what I want. My aura is strong, stable. And a vibrational match to miracles and abundant overflow. Okay. Actually, I don't think it did my throat. It's okay. I can be incorrect. You can go back. We all can be incorrect. It's okay to change your mind. Okay, so from here, I need to scroll down. Oh, there it was. Throat was still there. Okay, but that's good. Would rather know for sure instead of be worried about it. So now it's gonna do a further analysis with my 4 chakras that I had selected and see how can I get to where I want to be, which is a strong, stable, and a vibrant match to miracles and abundant overflow. So the root chakra says that right now, this present state where I am, during childhood, the mother was perceived as an intellectual personality. So the root chakra is shining in the solar plexus color chakra, yellow. The desired state is my mother is warm and loving. And so what they want is what Healy is pointing out is that my root chakra is too elevated, is vibrating too quick. It needs to vibrate a little slower. Healy equates the root chakra with the mother and the crown chakra with the higher. And so, yeah, it's great. It shows us where the issue is. Our mother, instead of being an intellectual person, which is what they are saying is a solar plexus activity, the mother is instead perceived as nurturing and loving, which is more associated with the root chakra energy, more of our safety net versus higher level, which would be our solar plexus, is a little more higher level than our root. And so the desired state is wanting to bring us back our root chakra to the root chakra color red. There's a deeper knowledge of the security and safety through the mother. Responsibility for one's own topics is integrated, and the trust of life gives confidence that life is carrying you. I like this a lot because it's allowing the father to be of the intellect and mind, and the mother to be of the body and nurturing, and like allowing the body to be here and as it is, whole and nurtured, and not trying to fix it and everything like that. Like that feels so warm to have that as a way of integrating our own life, and to trust that life gives us the confidence to know that like we got ourselves and we got this, and the universe got us too. The next one here, the throat chakra, it says the person controls what is coming from the outside because they are expecting emotional extortion. The throat chakra is shining in the sacral solar plexus chakra color, yellow orange. Instead of blue, light blue, as the throat chakra should be shining, it is in the yellow orange color. It's a little bit low. So The desired state is I have a firm spine and I am emotionally stable. And I am committed myself to the flow of life. I think it's kind of interesting that in this video, I pointed out the wallpaper on my phone here. And it talks about allowing yourself to be exiled. And here it says, the person controls what's coming from the outside because they are expecting emotional extortion. Like I just pointed out to you guys how I find comfort in the fact that I'm okay with being alone because I always have myself and I will never abandon me. So it's truly all good. And looking here at the readout, I can see why. Next to the 87%, which is underneath throat chakra, it's 87%, and there's a 3, and then next to that, there's a D, 1E36. And what that is telling us is that this is an energy inside of me that is so like ingrained and rooted in me that it's become a physical thing. And also it doesn't not just come from me or my past lives or my family's past life. This is like ancestral. This is like a wider ancestral type of energy, to where it's not surprising that it's so deeply rooted and ingrained. And with the intensity of a 3, I may not even realize or consider this to be an issue. And like I could see that, where I may not feel like, oh no, like I'm good. I'm not getting emotionally extorted, because I really don't feel like that. But am I expecting that? Like, am I actually thinking that people are going to be, doing their own thing? Well, sort of, because that's what I was shown as a child, which is probably because that's what my parents were shown as children, and that's what they had been shown, and on and on and on, from not only my own personal familial lineage, but I'm talking about all the spider webs that go out from it. Okay. All the ancestors that we have going back just even 4 generations, we have a whole army of ancestors behind us, not just the ones that we've seen, through the years, of I mean, literally playing telephone for a while until we got computers. And when I say playing telephone, I mean that stories just from oral tradition can be changed, cannot, they don't always sound the same when you hear them from when they started in the beginning. So yeah. I am definitely going to keep like looking at this, but I'm going to vibrate it to myself right now. I'm actually going to do 2 minutes and 50 seconds because of that one, or that D1E36. They say to do more of the longer times for a more chronic issue. If it's an acute issue, it's something that's just started happening. My focus that I have is, maybe it's something about my business. This is something that's pretty recent, right? I can vibrate it for the 1 minute and 49 seconds. Versus the 38 or the 1 minute and 20 seconds. There we go. Versus the 38 seconds, which is what we first did. And that was the more gentle frequency program. And so while you're receiving the frequencies into the information field, I love how they give us the mantras and the desired states right now, so that you can see, and I can be like, oh yeah, I authentically live my own feelings, right? And that awareness of what I see, the readouts, is one aspect, and the frequencies into the quantum informational field is the other aspect. And then you have the right and the left half together. And that's what creates wholeness and integration and real quantum leap change when we can marry the masculine and the feminine, the awareness and the frequencies together. Super, super, super exciting. If you have Kirlian photography, right? Kirlian photography, the aura photography just came to me. If you have questions about any of this, please write them down in the comments. I would love to see a message from you. I would love to address it. And there are lots of things that I don't know. You know, I'm not a quantum physicist, but I would love to research and I would love to explore. And so if we don't ask the question, we will never have the answer. And in fact, the only way to have better answer is to ask better questions, you know. So this whole life and reality is a two-way street. We both give and receive input in this earth. Okay, so we have had the pleasure of seeing all three different kinds of resonance programs, which doesn't always happen. Let's see, I'm going to hand back host to my laptop. There we go. Okay. So here we are there. I want to get back to my presentation. Okay, so how would you like to enter into this community? You know, is it to charge up your cells, the cells of your body, the batteries of your cells, the mitochondria? You know, the microcurrents can charge that up. Is it that you have your own business that you would love to enhance that business? Are you super into energy work and you would love to have another tool in your tool chest? Like, I would love to support you in figuring out how Healy wants to work and play with you. It would not even be that hard. Like, this is something that's such a pure pleasure for me. So, you know, I would love to invite you to be a part of my Sub Rosa collective and being an unstoppable team of artists and creatives. We have a amazing network on Mighty Networks called Sonic Bloom, and we come together, we do co-working sessions together 3 times a week we're doing right now, but we'd love to do it more. So you know, we are an open and safe space for people to come and create your own business. You know, this is a supportive mentorship type of space, and I would love to welcome you in. There is absolutely no convincing. You know, I'm not here to pull anybody up out of any sort of situation besides providing solutions to prayers that you are already casting out. You know, that's probably why you're here. I can provide an answer for that. Reach out reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, email, whatever is the best for you. So I would love to hear from you. In regards to how you do it, typically we invite people to purchase a device, have a Healy of your own to enter into the community. If that is not an option for whatever reason, let's talk. There are other ways that we can get you into the Healy business and get you a device without spending any money whatsoever. And so one of the most amazing, beautiful things about the business of Healy is that anybody can open up a Healy business, whether you have money to open up a business or not. They did not want money to be a barrier for anybody to be more healthy and more wealthy. And so they actually provide tons of opportunities for members to receive free devices. For example, right now they have an amazing promotion that if you sell 2 or 3 devices before January 1st, that you receive a free device. And which device is it depends on what you sell and by what date, but the opportunity is there. And yeah, these opportunities come around multiple times a year. So it's an exceptionally generous company. This sale that we have right now going on with the 60% Duo Professional Pack is the best sale I've ever seen Healy give ever. The professional mag, the professional Healy provides the magnetism and the electricity to really be a holistic part of your journey. I use my mag and my Healy every day. I've got my Healy right here, or my mag right here. I've got my Healy right in front of me, and they are a part of my daily life because I want them to be, not because I have to have them. It's not ever an addictive type of nature. I just see the value and I see the pockets of opportunity that we get to collaborate together. And so it's a really beautiful relationship that I get to have with a piece of technology. Technology gets to be life-giving and not something that we need to be at odds with. There are tons of great promotions. There'll always be some sort of promotion, just a matter of how good the promotion's going to be. Traditionally, the sales that are happening right now are the best of the whole year. So I'm just going to put that out there. Any questions? Any questions? Put them in the comments. And yeah, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming by and being interested in hearing what I have to say and sticking around until now, even though I've flubbed up my speaking multiple times and can't think of the words, and that's okay. Like, this is a very informal type of experience, and you know, I'm human, and that's okay. I don't have to be perfect. And we're all just out here having fun and exploring, and yeah, life is good. Thank you guys so much for showing up, and yeah, we will catch you on the flip side.